Chapter 12, 12:25 a.m. Bum, 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 bum. It looks like the kidnappers made a big mistake. The girl in the trunk was Detective Jowd's daughter, Cabanela, not the minister's daughter. See, all of these big pieces of news that we have that we didn't have until last stream. We know that Cabanela is Detective Jowd's daughter, which I figured out at some point. We know Cabanela and the minister's daughter are friends, though, so we'll see where that goes. Thank you for subscribing, Blues. Yeah, and so if you'll remember, the blue lady could sense my presence, SISSEL's presence, and was like, if I catch you again, I'm gonna kill you. Or I'm gonna kill the girl. So that's a pretty big threat. And as goofy as this game is, it is willing to actually have some pretty rough things in it. Such as the fact that the reason why Jowd wanted to make absolutely sure that nobody was ever prosecuted besides himself for the murder of his wife is because his daughter set off the device that killed his wife. Which is really it's a fun twist from like a story writing perspective. It's a painful twist from a character perspective. But you really have to be willing, you have to be willing to let your characters suffer for your storytelling. Unless you're specifically writing something cozy, and even then they should have discomfort. It's just a matter of like, what are your limits for the discomfort you're willing to let happen? And in this case, they're apparently willing to go there, which is impressive. Yes, the vibes are goofy, the stakes are serious. Well, but the thing is like, so with the caveat that I haven't actually played through the Ace Attorney games myself, but I have watched them be played years and years ago. So they've been slightly memory hold because I'm Lauren. But I feel like there were murders and people dying, but it always kind of feels removed. Like, I seem to recall that most of the time you don't feel like a person is dead and that is like a horrible, horrible thing that we need to take seriously and is grounded. It's more like that's the excuse we need for the game that we're playing, which is a little bit different. Oh, why isn't my blue sky on my social media? Well, that's fine. But I'll have to make sure to add that. You should follow me on social media. I'm trying to switch platforms. No, but I wasn't sure how serious, because like obviously people are constantly dying in this game because the entire premise of the game is that people are gonna be dying and then you bring them back. But the bringing them back kind of undoes the stress of them dying in the first place. I wouldn't be surprised if at the end of this game we undo all of this harm and prevent that one death that sets off so much. It's some sort of a chain reaction. Can I throw some stupid House of Cards kind of mini golfing out? And by that I mean like you're building an entire structure on something without a sound or solid foundation. Because I know like House of Cards could be a reference to a thing, and this is not a reference to things. This is solely this is what I'm like, because like mini golfing is like I'm guessing. House of Cards means that I'm layering my guesses. Yeah, no, that prison guard was also building a House of Cards, so it's like we're friends. I don't remember that guy's name. I know Bailey is the other one who did the panic dance. Because Bailey talked about himself in the third person enough for me to learn that. No, okay. So we're maybe a little bit out there, but oh, thank you for the bits, Adam. So we don't know who it was that Jowd shot to save Lynne. Look at me, I'm pulling names out of my memory and I have to kind of work at it, but they're there, so I'll take that. So we know that somebody took Lynne hostage and Jowd killed that person and was not tried for that as a murder. And that is kind of what made him think, actually it's all right if I go to jail. I did kill somebody and didn't get in trouble for it, and there really should be consequences for my actions. But the person that Jowd shot is significant. And the way that I know that is because they haven't shown us them yet. They have pointedly shown us a very narrow, like we're shining a light down on stage on this side of the screen. But this side of the screen where the man who held her hostage is blank, which means that there's a person there that we're gonna recognize. So it could be anyone. But my stupid House of Cards thing is, we know that Jowd knows the face that we associate with our main character, with the man we know as Sissel. And I'm couching all of this in uncertainty because all of this is kind of what Sissel himself has put together. I have this weird hunch that it is possible that the man that Jowd painted in his cell is the man that he shot, who held Lynne hostage. Because I don't know that Lynne remembers that very well. And so I don't know that she would remember or recognize the body of, or I guess the man that she met to make that deal with. So that could potentially be, if that's not, like, we do not know for absolute certain, I don't think, that the body and Sissel, as we know him, that our character and that body are correct, that that's the original body that our character was in when he died, that there's not some other sort of shenanigans happening. And there's a reason why he is able to save other people, but not all people who die are able to do ghost tricks and have the power of the dead. So, like, part of me wonders, is there something that happened where maybe the original owner of that body, maybe Sissel himself, I don't know, was the one who was killed by Jowd, and then maybe saved or rescued or something in some way, or and it's possible that he is trying to make good on what he's done wrong. Like, somebody potentially, like, it's possible that the little girl set up this ridiculous invention to surprise her mother for her mother's birthday, and it just happened through bad luck to set off that gun. That is possible. It is also possible that somebody interfered with that. Who would have had access to the house that day? Who would have had cause to want that to happen? Like, I don't know. I don't have any information, but it could be that somebody was meddling. We know that the old man, the superintendent at the junkyard, has a recreation of that birthday party scene in his basement. And it could be that he is trying to figure something out, because he seems like he's investigating things. And, like, the blue people are involved somehow. I have this idea. I had said that they were aliens, and I was convinced they were aliens. I'm gonna alter that. I'm no longer gonna say they're aliens, because I think they're fairies. They're the Fae in some capacity. And the reason is because leaving out bread and milk for the Fae is like, that's a traditional like thing, is you leave out a bowl of bread and milk for the fairies. So saying I'm getting you, I would like you to get me bread and milk. That's such a specific thing. Phalians. There we go, Adam, they're Phalians. It's such a specific thing. I don't know about Japanese mythology, but the Ace Attorney games have a great deal of localization in them. And so it's possible Ghost Trick has also got similar levels of localization. Maybe it doesn't have the California-Japan merger happening. But it does have, like, it, I don't know. I'm not sure. But now that's the sort of thing that I could see them having localized, to be like, what's some semi-obscure but not completely unknown thing we can do that would be a signal that this is fairy food. And I am gonna read into it too much because that's what I do. So yeah, my really crazy idea thing is that maybe SISSEL or something, some way connected to part of SISSEL or something, was responsible for something and is trying to make good on that. Was he, like, I think he was the one that held Lynne prisoner and then perhaps is retaliating against Jowd and resulting in the death of his wife, and then had a turn of heart. I don't know. Because he said he had information about that case. The case that was the death of Jowd's wife. So he has evidence about somebody. Maybe he was going to turn himself in. And then she shot him. She doesn't remember why she shot him, but we saw her shoot him. And it's possible that he said, you have to shoot me in order to save this somehow. To activate my ghost trick powers because somebody saved me back in the day. And now I have the ghost trick powers because of that. I don't know. Because the thing is, we only know what we're told and we don't necessarily know if those, like, I doubt, I have some doubt about whether his name is actually SISSEL. I have some doubt about, the things that we were told by the dancing lamp. Like, I don't know. I'm like accepting these things and working with them, but putting a little asterisk. So as you can see, nothing is like, none of this is like built. I can't bake a cake, but I'm laying out my ingredients and kind of grouping them by type and guessing what kind of cake I might make. Anyway, back to the game. When I got back to the Justice Minister's office, things were getting even more out of hand. The devastated man was being grilled by the fiery detective lady. Oh my god, she's mad. I told Lynne what I had found out about the kidnapping, that it wasn't the Justice Minister's daughter who'd been abducted. Oh yeah, Lynne's gonna have feelings about that. This is her adopted little sister, the child of the man who is her hero. The kidnappers had been holed up in Camila's old house, and that they sensed my presence and were already gone. But Camila? Why do they have Camila? Her father isn't the stupid old Justice Minister. I think the stupid old part is a little uncalled for. That's interesting because he was very self-deprecating about himself and SISSEL told him to knock it off. And now he's telling Lynne to knock it off here too. It looks like the kidnappers made a mistake somehow. The poor girl! Kidnapped for the ransom of her own father's execution. It's just too much. It's a cruel twist of fate, I agree. And then there are those other twists too. Like, hey, did you turn off your DS, 3DS, and have to get away from playing video games for the week because your mom yelled at you and you need a reminder of what's going on? We've got you. We've got you. Like the kidnappers winding up in and using Camila's old house as their hideout. There's no way it could be just coincidence. And then them sensing my presence. They seem to know about the powers of the dead. There's no like quotes around powers of the dead. I just don't understand any of it. I told you before, Detective. I want you to stand back. Who cares about distance at a time like this? Look, Mr. Minister, it wasn't your daughter that was kidnapped. Don't try to pretend you didn't hear what we were just saying. Oh, that's right, he can hear me because I saved him. How can I believe in you? I'm a realist. Please. If you don't believe what we say, see for yourself. Just call home and... I tried calling 100 times. My wife won't answer. We're gonna have to go there, aren't we? She won't? It's complicated. Oh, why does life have to be such a complicated thing? I ask myself this all the time. But if she doesn't answer, doesn't that mean everything's normal? It doesn't prove it. Oh, he's so dramatic. And I'm being watched. I can't have the police go check for me. Besides, if the execution isn't carried out tonight, the hostage will be killed. What difference does it make that it's not my daughter? To this man's credit, he is valuing the life of another person just as he would value the life of his own child. That is a point in your favor, Mr. Justice Minister. God damn it. What have you been up to, Cabanela? Sorry. Last we saw, he was going to turn in Jowd. But then it didn't seem like he actually called to report in Jowd. And I'm just like, what's the deal? For anyone who is listening instead of watching, I will read this dialogue and you will know we do not see on screen, but we can tell. Ooh-wee, that's quite a pickle, Mr. Minister. Quite a pickle. Nobody else talks like that. Nobody else draws out their vowels in very strange places. Miss me, baby? Why is the music so good in these games? It's criminal. See, it's funny because it's a game about cops and criminals. I'm very funny. All right, anyway. Inspector Cabanela! Why does he walk like that? He's gonna do it. Why is he doing it? Why is he like that? He looks like a bird. Just, what is that face? That funky bass line. I can't handle it. I can't handle anything that's happening right now. I'm sorry. I'm like incapacitated by the music and also by Cabanela being whatever he is. I have a little report for you, Mr. Minister. He bows all the way down. All the way down. Oh wait, he brought him here. Oh my god. The escaped prisoner has been apprehended. Thought you might like to see him, so here he is. There are feelings involved. Detective Jowd? Detective Jowd, I'm so sorry. I tried. I know that you're innocent. I just can't prove it. Jowd is like, oh geez, this is not how I wanted this to turn out. Sorry, Jowd, but it turns out if you try to like nobly and tragically sacrifice yourself to save other people, sometimes that's not the right answer and they get in the way. I'm so sorry. God, the baseline. Lynne. He looks very serious. He looks so cool despite his really, really dumb smock. Oh my god. And like there's like layers of feelings here because we're reconnecting these two and they haven't seen each other for a while, and it's his daughter who's missing and she's being ransomed for his execution and he's fine with being executed and he'll be really upset that his daughter's life is on the line. Just all of this stuff. It's all just like, I care about these people. This weird, dumb game full of dum-dums who don't have any brain cells between the whole lot of them. I love them. Like, I am very affectionate towards these characters. I make fun of them in like a very affectionate way, and I hope that is clear. Oh yeah, and also, yeah, the globe is still on the sword. It has not gone anywhere. Please, don't apologize to me. Ah, the beautiful love between a teacher and student. It brings a tear to my eye. ... Oh, I can do stuff. Okay, I'm gonna think about this and then I'm gonna eavesdrop. Lynne doesn't really know that Jowd is innocent. She just believes it from the bottom of her heart. The execution and the kidnapping are real threats, and time marches on. I'll gather information and see if I can think of something. This all relates back to me somehow. I just know it. Yes, because you're the one who, I think, kidnapped Lynne and held her hostage and got shot by Jowd and then somehow came back. I'm a little unclear on this part. So if those of you in spoiler chat are like, what? I know. But there's pieces that don't make sense and I'm trying my best to line them up. Anyway. All right. You knew, didn't you, Inspector Cabanela, that the execution was tonight? I don't believe I had any obligation to tell you. And you're fine with this? I mean, you know as well as I do. Detective Jowd could never have done such a thing. Oh, come on now, baby. I know no such thing. Huh? I know two things to be true and two things only. One, he was given the death penalty, and two, he tried to escape. What else could I do but haul him in, baby? If that's the case, why did you bring him here? Good question. You could have just taken him right back to jail. Is Cabanela not actually an antagonist here? Is his situation complicated? Because there's also the possibility, and I've slightly debunked this, but I'm still kind of holding on to this theory, that Jowd and Cabanela are in some way aware of some of the supernatural things that are going on, and maybe Cabanela has to put himself in the position that he is right now so that he is able to make things happen such that... You know, SISSEL has the powers of the dead to relive 4 minutes until he saves somebody. But SISSEL's just some random guy. And that's just randomly how it goes, as far as we know. We don't know that there isn't somebody else who is able to redo things for a much longer period of time, of months or perhaps even years, and repeat them, so that just as I have to set up ridiculously precise and illogical pieces in a Rube Goldberg machine to ensure that things change and happen the way I want them to, could it be that some greater, more powerful being has caused a longer time loop so that they are able to reset things and change things, but what they are moving is not just objects on a table, but the placement of people and the positioning of situations to line them up just right so that something is able to change or happen according to plan. Perhaps. But I have no idea who that could be at this point, so I mean, I have some ideas, but they're more like a feeling rather than like anything that I could, I think, articulate. Anyway, those of you who like to hear my mini golfing, I hope you're having fun, because we are mini golfing so much this stream. In my defense, it's a puzzle and a mystery, and I just got some big pieces and I'm trying to fit them all together on the board. You know? Can't help it. Can't help it. Let's see what happens next. Whatever do you mean, young lady? He escaped from prison, right? So why didn't you just take him back to the prison? I think you only brought him here to brag about your accomplishment. Isn't that right, Inspector? Oh, she's mad at Cabanela. Which, if he's actually doing whatever he's doing for the greater good for some convoluted, complicated reason like that, this would hurt. But it is also, like, Jowd is very scornful of him and his pristine white coat, hiding something darker underneath. Okay. Jowd and Cabanela are best friends. Were best friends. Good friends, even. I'm trying to remember the description of the two of them and their different policing styles. I'm sorry, this is going to be a very slow conversation because my brain is really excited about chewing on all of this. And I want to throw all of my dumb ideas out there, and in case any of them wind up being right, then like I can be very excited and feel very good about my braining. So was it that Cabanela did things by the book all the time and Jowd did things by hunches, or was it the other way around? Because I'm pretty sure one of them was the does everything right detective. Never, like, leave no stone unturned, look into everything, explore everything detective. And the other one was the, like, I do it based on feel and my detective's instinct. What did they tell me when they explained that? Do you folks remember? Could somebody give me like a quick... Jowd was good at deducting and Cabanela had a natural knack for it. Okay. So Jowd gets the pieces and puts them together, and Cabanela has a feeling. Yes. Jowd was very particular about the investigation of the crime scene. Cabanela has a natural genius for investigation. Okay. There's a couple of possibilities here. You will indulge me while I dig into these possibilities, large and small, no matter how outlandish they may seem, or how many of them there are that I'm stacking together, or how much they contradict each other. You will tolerate this, I hope. All right. So, two best friends who cease becoming best friends. Two very successful and very highly regarded detectives. It's not unreasonable to think that one of them could grow jealous of the other and could decide to ruin his life. Now, sabotaging something in your best friend's house such that his wife dies and his child is responsible for it, so he has to frame himself for it. It's pretty outlandish. Pretty awful. Would definitely designate this as a villain of the piece. That could happen. Cabanela could be a person who had done that. Like, we don't know. Maybe Cabanela came over to like wish. I don't know. I mean, it would have been during the workday. I don't know. He could potentially have been involved in that in some capacity. It doesn't quite line up. Like, they would have to give me pieces to excuse that from happening. Or to excuse that as what happened. Like, they would have to be like, here's a little convoluted situation that we have orchestrated so that could happen. But like, the motive potentially is there, and the ability, like, he could go into his best friend's house without raising suspicion. The music box is the answer. Or it's possible that Cabanela, if he has a natural knack, perhaps he has a supernatural knack, perhaps he has made a deal with the THEY FAE OR ALIENS. We're calling them that now. It's the Fae and the aliens. With the THEY FAE OR ALIENS, to give him his sense for things, because maybe he's secretly a blue person. Maybe he is a Phallian. We don't know. Because Beauty, that's her name. Beauty has a sixth sense that she talks about. A very heightened sixth sense. That's how she's able to detect the presence of the powers of the dead. Maybe Cabanela, either directly or indirectly, has access to those powers. Maybe he sold out Jowd. I don't know, man. I don't know. Anyway, Lynne seems pretty convinced that Cabanela is not the best dude in the world. Okay. For your own selfish reasons? ... So are all those rumors about you true? Rumors? That the only thing you care about is a spotless record? Up to and including being willing to ruin... Like, did Jowd's wife know some truth behind Cabanela's rise? Or did Jowd... Or something, like, was that whole thing orchestrated to shut up Jowd's family because they have some dirt on Cabanela? I don't know. Is that more important to you than saving a friend? ... Everybody has certain principles they can't go back on, including me. You'll understand that someday, baby. That's enough, Lynne. That's gonna be Jowd. Yeah. But Detective Jowd! I'm a death row inmate who escaped from prison. This is how it should be. But... ... Oh, I can't walk through him. I'm gonna try talking to him. We're gonna see what happens. We're just gonna try to do everything we can here. My poor Amelie. Is she all right? Actually, the girl who was kidnapped is named Cabanela. Why is the dream talking to me in my head again? Wait a minute. Amelie? Could that be the Amelie next door? Yes, I think so. Wow, I didn't know the Justice Minister lived next door. No, not me. My wife. It's, complicated. Yeah, I bet it would be pretty hard to admit she left him. The minister's wife ran away on him? Yeah, sorry, everyone can hear your thoughts. SISSEL cannot learn that everyone can hear his thoughts. Maybe they grew apart, what with him being so busy. Yeah, I bet you're right. Please stop gossiping about me inside my own head. To be fair, that would be really obnoxious. Is he the third most divorced guy in Lauren's dream history? He's at least on the chart. I want to get over there, but I can't. Oh, wait, no, I can. I can. Okay. No, back. Let's talk to her. According to what I heard, Amelie was supposed to go to some sort of lesson tonight. Those horrible kidnappers! They were lying in wait for her. But Amelie didn't go out after all. She couldn't. She had a fever. Huh. And so the kidnappers grabbed Cabanela by mistake instead? Apparently. Amelie and Cabanela are about the same age. The kidnappers must have gotten the two of them mixed up. ... It's my fault. If I hadn't asked Cabanela to do that errand for me, this never would have happened. Oh, right. You asked her to bring the music box. I'm glad that the game remembers things, although sometimes I too can remember things. I need to get my memory back because eventually I'm going to run out of games with protagonists who have broken memories. And that's just going to be embarrassing if it's just me. As it is, it kind of feels fitting, you know? No, but it's like, there's people who have total amnesia, and then there's people that kind of have this, like, muddled weirdness. And, I guess I could play some more Final Fantasy VII. Sorry, Cloud. Cloud and I are both like, I don't know if that's how it happened, and everyone is like, it's good. It's good. Okay. But I can't play that because I don't have a PS5. And it won't come out to PC until probably like a year from now. So we're gonna have to play some other games and they'll have memories that function. It'll be just me. Otherwise, me and SISSEL and Ocelot can hang out in the man I don't know category. Back to the game. Cabanela. Can I talk to her more? Do we have the same conversation? Yeah. Same conversation. Okay. Ah, okay. I can talk to characters here. I can't examine the documents because I can't read. Alright. Let us talk to Jowd, shall we? So, Mr. Ghost, we meet again. I hear something happened. Something about a kidnapping. Some kidnappers are saying they abducted the Justice Minister's daughter. That's terrible. What's their demand? The carrying out of your execution tonight. Ha ha ha! Jowd, no. I had no idea I was so hated. But the minister doesn't have to worry. I die and it's all over. Very simple. God, he's so well drawn. The angle of his head is just so good. The art is just so good. So stylish. This is one of the most stylish games I've ever played. But there's a lot of like goofiness and stupidity blended in with the stylishness, and it's great. it's not that simple. Why not? Because it isn't really the minister's daughter who got kidnapped. It's Camila. I'm sorry, the music is so good. This part right here. All right, I'm sorry. I just needed to make you listen to that because it's so good. I don't know if this is my favorite song in the game, but it is up there. Isn't this one called Trauma? This game. So we switched to Jowd's theme here because this is Jowd's situation and this is Jowd's feelings. The moment that we say it's Camila, like that's the music, the silence, the change of songs, all of this is very well timed. They know exactly what they're doing. What? Camila? I checked it out for myself. I'm positive. No, it can't be. God, the art is so good. This is a really hard angle to draw a person's face. Look at his mouth. He has it open. I'm hitting my television screen and it's flashing. You can't see it, but I am. Do you know how hard it is to draw a mouth at that angle with teeth and make it look good? It is really, really hard. How good does that look? Okay, he has his stupid French fry bangs and his ridiculous, silly hot pink smock thing. How much powerful emotion is communicated in this? It is incredible. Like, I want to study how this face is drawn for the amount of emotion that it's able to convey. Also, the font is bigger. Good choice. They know what they're doing. It's so nice to see people who really know what they're doing, making precisely what they want to make and pulling it off so well. There are good video games out there, folks. I know this is news. And by the way, Camila told me something interesting. She said the one who killed her mother 5 years ago. Oh, Lynne's gonna hear this, guys. I'm hiding. I'm gonna hide. Oh, everyone's gonna have feelings. It's awful. It's an awful, awful, awful moment. It's an awful thing. It was Camila herself. What? What are you talking about? Don't listen to him. I'm the one who shot her. I'm the one who shot Alma. And when I'm executed tonight, that will be the end of it. Camila won't have to suffer anymore after tonight. For a capable detective, you say some incredibly misguided things. Thanks, SISSEL. But it's true. How is this actually going to make her life any better? Dot, 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 exclamation point. You dying isn't going to end that girl's suffering. It'll just bring her new suffering. The only person's pain that this execution is going to ease is yours! Except that SISSEL doesn't deliver it like that. SISSEL delivers it like, is yours. which I think is actually a better delivery. But I'm having feelings. So I had to deliver the line first as Lauren and then as Sissel. God, this game is really good. I really like it. ... Exclamation point. Is it true what Camila said? God, why are they so good at art? How are they allowed to be so good at art? I forbid it. I forbid it. God, it's so good. And I'm sorry, but that was just such a cool line from Sissel too. When he's like, dude, the only person who's gonna feel better is you. He's saying, coward. And he's not wrong. God. And as much as Sissel is a weirdo, crazy, kooky dude, man, like, he is a grown-up. And Jowd is a grown-up. And Sissel's like, come on, man. And Jowd's like, all right, I hear you. Like, they have this moment of understanding here. It's really beautiful. Sissel spelled differently is the kind of rope that is on cat trees. Anyway, Jowd ... with a new facial expression. God, just like the line weight shifting for his mouth. It's just so good. I'm not usually this incapacitated by character art. I don't think. Oh God, the music. Oh my God, it's so good. I hope you don't mind. This is like a really powerful character scene, and I'm just like stopping to like scream about the art and the music and yell at the characters between every line, but it's just so good. Why don't you tell us what you know? Yes, Blue Glass. For anyone who is listening instead of watching, Blue Glass just said, it's amazing how much your investment in everything has shot up since the last stream. It was the reveal of all that melodrama and tragedy, right? Look. No, but they've also done a really good job of making the characters increasingly more emotionally resonant so that when they drop some bombs, they matter. It's not just what a kooky thing. It's like, oh God, but these are people. And they do, honestly, an astonishingly good job of making you care about the people, given that this is largely a comedy. And the people are very larger than life, very scribbled. We don't have small, subtle interactions. It's really good. Yes, and they're putting things together, but they've built the characters. This would not, like, puzzles are fun, don't get me wrong. I actually really enjoy solving story puzzles. Like, I don't have to tell you that if you're here. But it is so much better when there's emotional resonance as well. And they've good job, team! The murder 5 years ago. To be honest, I still don't understand what happened that day. It was my wife's, Alma's, birthday. We came home from work and she went in first. Oh. Do they work together or do they, I guess, carpool? Bang. What was that noise? I looked for the shooter, but there was nobody to be found. There was nobody there besides Alma and Camila, just the two of them. So the little lady's mother died right in front of her. Oh my! That's so horrible! Camila told me about it. She was crying. She said the contraption she made did something it wasn't supposed to. Made an impossible move. Impossible move is in another color font. Is this game the impossible move to try to undo the wrong that has been done? Perhaps ghost tricks are impossible moves themselves. An impossible move. We can ask about the powers of the dead. It's been 5 years since then. I stopped thinking about it. I shot Alma. There's no other explanation. That's what I'd convinced everyone of, even me. But tonight, you showed up and gave me an explanation I never would have thought of before. The powers of the dead, right? That day in that room, powers that I didn't understand were at work. And if that's the case, it clears up all the mysteries. Maybe not all. There are a couple of other people who know about those powers. Is somebody there? Can you hear me? I can sense your presence, you know. The kidnappers who abducted Camila knew about those powers. This is no ordinary kidnapping. It looks like my wife's case isn't coming to an end after all. I'm the only one who thought it was. Detective Jowd? There's still time before dawn. A little, anyway. How about you see this case through to the end before you die? I'm sorry, Sissel's really cool. This is really cool. The little smirk when he says this line. He's really cool. ... An impossible move. Camila was a quiet little girl, but she was good with her hands. She was a little genius at making elaborate toys and contraptions. But there were two very strange points about that contraption. The first was, of course, the firing of that gun. Right. That was an antique gun I'd had on display for years. So it wasn't part of the little lady's original design. Of course it wasn't! It was supposed to be a surprise for her mother's birthday. And the other strange point was the movement of that Cupid. Cupid? It was supposed to shoot its arrow without turning around. Somebody made a change to the contraption's design and then manipulated it. I don't know what to say. I didn't have time to think things through then. All I knew was I had to protect Camila. I made a small adjustment to the scene and turned myself in. Adjustment? Sir, did you take the gun and put your hand on it? What kind of adjustment? The gun, of course. The gun, eh? Come to think of it. Oh, it's not there. There was no gun there, just a picture hanging on the wall. Of course not, because I secretly switched the gun out of that frame with the picture. I didn't believe what she told me about her contraption, but one thing was for certain. That gun was still smoking. So that gun really did shoot Alma. I hid the gun before I went to the police. You hid it? I put it in a wooden box and gave it to a certain detective. What? You mean? And that detective still thinks it's a music box. So that's what was in the box, huh? I got a different murder weapon ready to give the police. My own pistol. And I did a few other things to make it look good. I won't go into the details. This is absolutely something that I can see a parent doing. Like, it's pretty clear that a small child setting up a contraption that accidentally caused a death, the child's life is going to be affected anyway because her mother is dead. But they're probably not going to lock that child away for murder. But he's not going to be thinking clearly in the moment. And he's like, I will trade my life for my daughter's. I will shoot my wife's body to save my daughter. Like, this is so very much an act of love. And you know that he loves his wife terribly too. But this is 100% protective parental love here. Misguided. But so very well intended. When I was all done, I turned myself in. Well, that's a lot. Detective Jowd, is what you told us just now true? Yes, of course. In that case, there's still time. Still time? Time to solve the case that started 5 years ago. If it were 4 years, I would be like, we're going to do that. That's definitely part of a time loop, but it's not. It's 5, so. You didn't do it, Detective Jowd. And of course, little Camila didn't do it either. So the true perpetrator is still out there, and I'm going to prove it. For Camila's sake. ... He says, that sounds wonderful. God, the characters are so cool. Thank you, Detective Jowd. Sorry, I've been saying the name Jowd since 20-something years ago when Suikoden 2 came out, so it's very hard for me to say Jowd. I'm trying. Lynne, where is that music box now? In Temsic Park. Camila left it there. Temsic, again, that's Kismet backwards. That gun is important evidence. You'd better go pick it up. Yes, sir. I'll go right now. So Cabanela stops her. She is technically wanted for the murder of SISSEL. At this point, I'm wondering, as far as endings go, whether they'll be able to actually do a sequel, but we'll see what they do. They could always do something else with some of the characters, or picking something else up. We'll see. Because according to what we've been told in game, at the end of this case, SISSEL is dead, and he's gone forever. And then we'd have to not have ghost trick powers or anything like that. But I kind of suspect something else is going to happen. SISSEL, take care of Detective Jowd. And do something about the kidnapping so we can get the minister on our side. I've got a team, they're smart. And yet again I say, it's easy enough for you to say. SISSEL's evil clone has also died. Ghost Trick 2, amazing. Oh, I'm in the spear. Okay, I'm gonna eavesdrop. What's going on? Deal me the deal, Mr. Death Row inmate. a little change in plans. My daughter has been kidnapped. I can't just go off to die without doing something. Somebody's like, you know what's cool? Guitar solos are cool. And I'm like, yeah, okay, fair. I mean, it could just be regular keyboard, but it's gonna be a guitar. It's gonna be a guitar. In my heart, it's a guitar. But you're in our custody, don't forget. Back at the prison, everybody waiting for you with a special seat just for you, baby. They're really not making my theory that maybe Cabanela's not a bad guy sound very solid. Cabanela, you're not doing yourself any favors, man. You sure are coming across like a bad guy. Which, like, he's presented like a bad guy, so he's probably a bad guy. But my brain is like, there's a possibility he might not be. Then I guess we'd better prove my innocence on the double. On the double, is it? You sound so determined, my old friend. I want to save Camila in more ways than one. And that's all there is to it. Oh, he's so cool. You will never be as cool as Jowd is, Cabanela. I don't care how much you dance or how much fancy pants you wear. Jowd is way cooler, even with his silly hot pink smock thing. I see, my old friend. In more ways than one. What say you, Mr. Minister? May we have your decision? Should the execution be carried out tonight as planned? Or should we hold off and wait for this important evidence to come in? Oh no, the minister's gonna have a heart attack. The order still stands. Bring the prisoner back immediately and resume its enforcement. God, that bow. As you wish, Your Excellency. Please, don't bow down to me. And especially not that low. In that case, can I have one of your boys arrange a prison van to pick him up? Would you be so kind? Oh my god, the way they flail their arms out. Oh my god, their spears match their hats. Did you just keep a seat? So you can lounge? The van should take about 10 minutes, I'm guessing. Your escape tonight was brilliant. Will you show me another miracle in these last few minutes of yours, Mr. Death Row inmate? ... You sure will. I'm glad to see Detective Jowd all fired up now. But I feel like I'm under the gun here. Even if Lynne does come through with the proof of Jowd's innocence, it will be meaningless if Jowd or Camila dies. I've got to do something about that kidnapping. Somehow. Maybe I should ask for some advice from the capable detective here. Yeah. Just gotta groove to that music. I'm sorry, it's too good. Alright, let us talk to the man, see if he's got some advice. Lynne's not here. I wonder if that's going to change anything about what he talks about. Most likely, the minister won't stop the execution. Not as long as there's any small chance his daughter is the one who was kidnapped. She isn't the one, I'm sure of it. Well, it would be great if we could prove that to the minister. Prove it? How? I doubt his wife is ever going to answer that phone if we call from here. If we call from here, right. But a telephone works in both directions. What are you saying? What I'm saying is, only family members can solve a family problem. Said by the family man. Hey, Mr. Ghost? Yes? I have to admit, I don't like depending on others. But you're the only one who can change the situation. PhD detective. For these past 5 years, Camila is the only thing that kept me going. I can't go meekly to the chair now. I hate to ask this, but would you mind saving me? I'll try. I love his little smirk. Oh, good character design. Because you know he's 100% on board. There's no way he's gonna let that little lady be orphaned. At the very least, there is no way he's gonna let that little lady be orphaned. But I'll try. You know, I love characters like this. The key to getting the Justice Minister to stop the execution is his wife and daughter. But is there a way? Oh, we are going to visit everywhere we can visit, okay? Okay. They're like, yes, you already did this conversation, Lauren. It is cute that he calls him Mr. Ghost. Because I bet in the original Japanese, I bet that he uses a formal, like a very formal address there somehow. Which doesn't quite have the same effect. Because referring to somebody as Mr. Something kind of is more of like a, it feels more childish almost. Not that they are childish because you said that, but it's a little more childish. Well, not just an honorific, like specifically a very formal honorific. Like maybe he's been calling him like, I guess San is standard and I think Sama is like a more, or maybe he uses another form of address that I don't know or something like that. But I do feel like there is, that was probably like a very powerful, well, so we actually have somebody who is a translator who watches these streams and provides, like goes back and looks at the Japanese, like a Japanese playthrough and it's like, this is the difference. So we'll get an answer. So give it like a week or so, so that they've got time, but you know, we can check in the comments on YouTube and we'll have an answer to that. Yeah, well, like it's a more formal, more polite thing as opposed to just being like a default politeness, and that's what I suspect. Excuse me, Mr. Minister. I can't hear you. La 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 la. I'm sure you heard everything we've been saying. Are you telling me you don't believe any of it? Let me speak plainly. I don't trust you, but there's somebody else whom I trust even less. Oh yeah? Who's that? Me! Buddy, man. You gotta work on that. This guy needs therapy. I can't explain your existence. It's not normal, but I'm pretty abnormal myself. So maybe you're a figment of my imagination. A delusion. Would you listen to a delusion? I don't know, maybe. To be honest, I have no idea what you're talking about. I got the bit about you not trusting me, though. Conveniently, Sissel's like, I don't know what mental illness is. But that sounds bad, man. Good. Alright, well that's not gonna go anywhere. Are you ready to make some phone calls? Well, hanging around here won't change anything. I've got 10 minutes before the prison van shows up. If I could just do something about the kidnapping in those 10 minutes. I guess the telephone lines are my only hope. Time to dial things up a notch. Yes. Sorry. Not sorry. The end of that thing kind of feels like the Sega is about to burst out. Okay, there's nothing here. I know that these are both deadlined, but I have to try them anyway. You understand. Ray stopped doing anything. Ray seems to be gone. It seems like his time is over. Or perhaps he was busy involved doing something else. Alright, this buddy's keeping an eye on things. You did a bad job finding Camila, buddy. We might be out of flavor text, but we're gonna try anyway, just in case. You never know. Alright, this guy's not here anymore. I don't know about the timing. Whether she was already kidnapped. Oh, I see we've got booze and the House of Cards. Man, you and me both, buddy. Okay, well. These guys are doing nothing. Alright, we're gonna take a look at this basement thing. Yeah, like this is just really suspicious. Why do you have this here, buddy? I'm not sure. It is interesting, isn't it, that we had to save Lynne from being killed in the same manner that Jowd's wife was killed. Almost like it's training us to save the day in the past. I don't know that he's sitting there menacingly. He looks concerned. I don't know if that's menacing. But alright, there's gonna be nothing here. Alright, Mr. Martini's doing fine. God, it's just such good music. So good. I think we're probably out of flavor text. But I gotta find it all, just in case. That's right. This guy left his shoes. Maybe there's something at Camila's old house. Everybody's gone. Like, there's just no people anywhere. To be fair, it's after midnight. I guess that's fair. No, it's like 12:30. Man, we sure did have a... Okay, we're gonna go here, which is the one place we haven't been enough to have flavor text. So we're gonna take a look here. The scene of tragedy is once again sealed in silence. The tragedy 5 years ago and the tragedy tonight. I wonder where the little lady is now. If only I could put a smile back on her face before the day dawns. But I won't find the answers here. I'd better follow my own leads. What is that? I bet that was part of the puzzle that I solved right there. Yeah, that was a shelf that I knocked over. Man. Okay. Well, we got a little flavor text. And now we're going to go back to where we're supposed to go. We're going to do this. We did all of that. Let's get a teeny tiny bit of flavor text and take one more look at that place. Wait, is she back? She's back. Just as I thought. This little girl is safe in her bed. Cough, cough. Murder, execution, jailbreak, betrayal, and now kidnapping. This last link in the long chain of a sad fate lit a fire in Jowd's heart. And the chance to turn it all around is right here in this room. I'm getting a strange premonition. Everything that happened so far tonight has related back to me in some way. And I bet this mistaken-ridden abduction does too. I think it's supposed to be this mistake-ridden abduction. Oh yeah, I can absolutely see how a person would type that by accident. Or say it out loud. That's the sort of thing my brain would autocomplete too. It's ridden with mistakens. That's right, it is. Well, they were going to make a deal with me. Cleared chapter 12. Cabanela, tall and lovely. I don't know, the lovely is how I would describe that man. Save your current place in time? Yes. We're going to continue playing. Chapter 13, 12:51 a.m. So if this were an English language originally game, chapter 13 would be significant because 13 is a significant number for us related to death and luck and things like that. However, this is Japanese, so it has different cultural expectations. I visited the novelist's apartment again. I'm hoping to be able to do something about this mistaken identity kidnapping. As long as there's any possibility that it could be his own daughter who is kidnapped. I doubt the Justice Minister will call off the execution tonight. The key to dispelling the minister's doubts is now in bed coughing. And I need to use this key before that prison van arrives to pick up our death row inmate. My darling angel! Oh, just listen to that cough. You naughty thing! Did you leave your nice warm bed to go out into the night to play? A daughter after my own heart. But I must confess, I didn't even know you were gone. Didn't even notice you were gone. Oh my god, lady, you are terrible. If you weren't a mother, I would probably love you as a character, but as it is, I have to think you're a butt. She toasts her daughter. I didn't go out to play. I went to buy Papa a birthday present. He said he wanted a new lighter. But that's no reason to go out this late at night. But my fever finally went down. I could barely move before that. But look what it brought you. Your fever is worse now than ever. Here's to the feverish passion of my darling angel. This woman needs a nanny because she is not invested in parenting. Mama? Yes, darling? Let's call Papa and wish him a happy birthday, even though it's already past midnight. ... Not tonight, Amelie. I hate you. Looks like this little girl was safe all along. I already knew that, but I'm still relieved all the same. And there's another lucky development too. Amelie wants to call her father. Now, if I can just make use of that feeling somehow, that would surely bring the Justice Minister around. I am learning buttons, folks. I'm pressing the right button without thinking about it. Is this what it's like to be a normal person? Amazing. Don't take that for granted, folks. Oh, I can light the lighter. Why did he want a lighter? Oh. The phone! Amelie, I told you you couldn't call him tonight. Why not? Listen to me, Amelie. Your father is about to make a big mistake. I want him to reconsider. What do you know about it, Mama? He's the one who's the justice minister, you know. Is she mad at him because of the execution? Did she leave him because of the execution? I have to admit my esteem of her would go up if that were the case. All you do is write weird novels. ... What do you mean weird? How dare you disparage my romantic expressions? Her hair has gone all spiky and she threatened her daughter with a bottle of wine. This is concerning. Now you really made me angry. You really have. How do you expect me to forgive such an insult? And yes, her hair is absolutely a rose. I hate you! Yes. Oh, she scooted her desk closer to keep a better eye on her daughter. I'll be keeping my eye on you now, so you won't do anything else mischievous. Like calling your father. I hate you! I can hear you, you know. Whew, what a pair. I don't know what this family's issues are, but I do know I have to do something about this lady so Amelie can call. Okay, what happens if I open the wastebasket? What does the little girl say? She's just coughing, okay. So I can turn the knob. I better not put it at the lamp right now. It will only pour oil on the flames of anger in this lady's heart. If I want to give Amelie a chance to use the telephone, I have to think of a way to keep her mother out of the way. We're gonna make this chime. Oh goodness, look at the time. As I bask in my tale of love, time has been moving on at the speed of light. So even though she's immersed in love, she can still hear this, hey? But this won't buy enough time for her daughter to make a phone call. There must be something else I can distract her with. Yes, there is. I'm just looking to see what else there is. Hoist the chandelier. I can't interact with that. What happens if I turn the valve? I mean, obviously I'm gonna drop this mouse on her, but I'm trying to see what else I can do. Dictionary, examine. The lady's dictionary. Wasn't this on her desk before? The poor thing, destined to never be returned to the bookshelves. Alright, are you ready to unleash some havoc? See what happens if we do this. Okay, that does not seem like that's accomplishing anything yet. But I'm sure there'll be something that I'll be able to do with it. Oh, I guess maybe that'll get me to the telephone. Okay, well. Shall we make this lady scream? Oh, poor little buddy. The poor little mousey. It's so sad. Okay. Well, well, having a good time, are we, little rodent? Sweet dreams. Oh, buddy. Did she kill it? Did you fancy the vintage, my whiskered friend? Oh, God. I would actually feel really bad if I killed the mouse. She's more powerful than I thought. It looks like she tipped the wall candelabra to one side, too. The angle of those candles. I get the feeling I've seen something very similar to that quite recently. Oh heavens! A blackout at a critical time like this? Of course, dim lights suit my story of love very well, but I myself am not very fond of the dark. I'm a little uncomfortable with that animal abuse. This chandelier just narrowly missed the back of my head. I love the thrill of romance, but I don't need these kinds of thrills, thank you. She lights it on her butt. That seems like a safety hazard. What a wonderful atmosphere. Perfect for a clandestine meeting in the dusky twilight. I don't exactly know how this situation came about, but I think I owe the rat an apology. The rat seems to be unconscious, okay. But now that the room has changed into this, maybe I can use it somehow. Okay, they're like, the rat's not dead. Just so you know. Okay, that doesn't seem to have done anything. I'm gonna turn the crank. What a naughty chandelier! I feel bad about dropping the poor rat again. Okay, I'm not dropping the poor rat again. Okay. Okay. That was close. I would like to be able to do something. Okay, that doesn't work. Yeah, so I think that's going to be how I'm going to get to that, but... I'm gonna try to figure out what else I can do here. Dictionary. Because I can't do anything right now. Okay, what else can I do? There's not a lot else I can do is the thing. I can't turn off the lamp. He says no. Pendulum swinging harder doesn't seem to be accomplishing anything for me yet. The wall clock. I chime that and she doesn't do anything. I've turned the valve. I can no longer do anything with these latches. I can burn brighter, but that doesn't seem to do anything. I can drop it and I can make it burn brighter. Oh, okay, got it. Got it. Oh no, okay. Okay, I think I got it. Okay. Do people, are there covers of this? Are there sexy saxophone covers of this? I think I know what I'm supposed to do here. Oh. I thought I told it to... Nope. There aren't very many actions I can take. Here is the thing. I think we might have to pull out the chat hat because I feel like I'm missing something here. Okay. If that's what you're supposed to do, the timing on it is so tight that I can't tell. That's a bad thing. So. Is there a hint coup? Could someone put together a hint coup? Because I feel like I am missing something obvious. It feels like I've done everything there is to interact with, and the only thing I can think of is to crank it and set it on fire. But the moment you drop it like this, it stops. Oh. Okay. It's a timing thing. She says, such insolence. It's close. And just as... That's twice she managed to dodge like that. Who knew she was a dodging champion? I'm starting to get annoyed. Let me try that again. I'll get her this time. So just like for the record, when I asked for a hintku, the reason why I want it in the form of a haiku instead of just saying what do I do next is because I don't want to be told specifically what to do. Like if I'm frustrated enough, I'll be like, what do I do here? And that'll be like a straight up tell me. Otherwise, the reason why I like it as a haiku is not just because it's funny to do things as haikus, but also because specifically I want to get a nudge. So like something kind of like something to do with the chandelier. Would be like, I don't know. So just to keep in mind in the future. Oh, no, a hintku is a haiku, a hint in the form of a haiku. And usually I'll ask folks, no, it's okay. It's okay. A lot of times folks who are in the stream spoilers chat will kind of talk together, and put one together and then be like, we have your hintku ready. So everyone kind of gets to get in on shaping it, which is a fun way of having a multi-person community experience or something. All right, let's see if I can get this right. Okay, so you've got to get the timing just right. Oh, she's trapped. Eek. Amelie, help me. Mama. I'm sorry, Mama. I'm too dizzy. I can't get up. I'm afraid I can't help you right now. I wonder if that's true, if she's just kind of like, screw you, Mom. Haha, here is to the weakness of my darling angel. This woman is really weird. That chandelier is on there tighter than her wedding band. She won't be able to escape on her own. Alright. If I recall, the novelist said she didn't like the dark. I don't want her thrashing around any more than she is already. I better not put out this lamp right now. Alright, well. What is going on here? Amelie, look! Do you see this? Help me, please! Oh, sorry, I'm too sick. I can't get out of bed. My head is spinning, so I guess you'll just have to stay up there spinning too. Looks like this lady won't be going anywhere for a while. Now the little girl can call her father. But I just have to figure out how to get the phone to her. The only trouble is, she can't reach it. I guess I'll just have to deliver it to her. Okay, so yeah, so now I'm going to set that on fire. Oh, that's right. The angle of those candles. I saw something very similar just recently, didn't I? I have to get something. I do really think it's funny that she's stuck in the chandelier, since I'm sure she'll be fine. Okay. I don't have a lot of things I can interact with here. Like, this would be great if I was like launching a thing up, but I don't know how to put something on there to launch it up. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what to do. Lighting this doesn't seem to do anything. Okay, I don't know. Yeah, I'm not saying that I'm stuck. Rather, I'm not saying that the game is stuck. I'm saying that I don't know what to do. Whew, I swear, that was just like the thrill of falling in love. I've got it. That could be the title of my next novel. Lady Chandelier Falls in Love. It's perfect. Thank goodness she's tough. I have to give Amelie a chance to make that phone call. Should I try shaking this lady up a little more? Help! Help! Okay. I gotta say, I don't recall having been stuck on any of the puzzles so far, other than the stealth section. I know this is the first time that I can think of that I really had like I have literally no idea what to do. Like, his only hint that he's given me is something about the haven't I seen the angles of these candles recently? And I'm clearly going to light the candles on fire so that they can light that, which will cause the telephone to go down, and then it'll slide into the little girl. But I don't know how to get fire up there. Like, if I could somehow get the lighter onto the trash can, that would be something. The lighter's not really doing anything here. I just... like, it would make sense for me if I were to, like, knock a light onto the wastebasket and launch that up and have that set something on fire. But, like, I don't know. Like, unless I can do something with a chandelier while she's in it. Oh, God. Oh, the mousy is okay. I hope the mousy stays okay. Okay. They did give me a hint, didn't they? Now I really owe that poor rat an apology. This might be a really good chance for me to. I have to get that phone to Amelie. I'm sorry, mousy. Okay. I hope that the mousy is okay. Mama! What in the world is going on here? I guess I should have noticed the tail dangling would have been significant. The mousy is okay though. Look at the little nose. Oh, goody. Excuse me a minute while I call Papa, okay, Mama? I'll only be a minute. Oh, look at that. This sweet angelic face. This is a little girl who's had to learn manipulation. It's such a 2D looking game. Ah, oh, don't you dare, Amelie. I won't have it. Get me down. Hello, Papa. Gasp. Amelie, is that you? Of course it is, silly. What did you think? But I heard they said you were... Oh. No, never mind. It's nothing. Silly old Papa. Happy birthday, Papa. Birthday? Oh, right. It was my birthday today, wasn't it? I'm sorry we couldn't celebrate tonight. Thanks to mean old Mama. Oh, your mean old Mama. I mean, your mother. What is she up to right now? Well, she's certainly up, all right. I like this child. My stubborn mother is kind of tied up at the moment. Get me down. She needs to be taught a lesson for causing us so much trouble. No, Amelie. It is I. I'm the one who is wrong. Huh? Could you tell your mother I'm sorry? What do you have to be sorry about? I was just about to make a terrible mistake. But it's all right now. Oh, he has a nice face smile. Doesn't he look like a nice person when he smiles? Like, completely transformed. And it looks like a face that smiles a lot. Oh, okay. You're still young. There's a lot I can't tell you right now. The job of Justice Minister is very complicated, you see. Okay? But just remember, you're always the most important thing to your mother and me. ... Did you do something naughty to your mother? If you did, I want you to apologize. Hey, like, I just have like a completely different reaction to him when he's smiling like that. I don't think I did anything. But okay, I'll apologize. That's a good girl. Okay, Papa. Have a good night. I love you. I love you too, Amelie. Good night, sweetheart. Interesting. She stares up at her mom. Oh, Mama. I'm sorry. My goodness, why the sudden change? I guess I was wrong about you. I didn't understand. Oh, Amelie. I thought all you ever did was write these weird novels. That makes me a little sad. Papa said the job of Justice Minister was complicated. Yes, your father's job is very, very complicated and difficult. That's why I couldn't talk to you about most of it. But you're right. I shouldn't treat you like such a little girl anymore. You're growing up after all. And I promise to stop calling your novels weird and try actually reading them. Maybe not. Maybe you shouldn't read your mom's romance novels. What? Oh, maybe you'd better wait until you're a little older for that. Okay. So, Amelie, if you're feeling a little more charitable toward your old mama, do you think you could let me down now? You know, I would love to do that, but I'm just feeling too dizzy and sick right now. Tonight, on this holiest of nights, my deadline, it looks like the only thing pressing on me will be this chandelier. Here's to Papa and Mama's darling angel. Then she goes back to fidgeting. All of a sudden, everybody is getting along again. It's such an abrupt change, I can't understand it. Is this what family is all about? Somebody on the team has a complicated family. In any case, the situation has changed dramatically now. I just hope the mysteries of me can be cleared up as quickly as the furrows on the minister's brow. I don't know where Camila is, but at least now the Justice Minister's doubts are dispelled. I think I'll go back to his office, where everybody is waiting for the prison van. Okay. The minister's family now has their smiles and harmony back. But Camila is still in the hands of the kidnappers. I decided to go back to the Justice Minister's office. I don't get a choice. The game is like, Lauren, you cannot be trusted with the power of the telephone. We have pacing, and you are going to ruin it. Surprisingly, the minister's brow is just as furrowed as ever. Quite unlike a father who has just learned his daughter is safe. He seems to still be in the depths of despair. The atmosphere in this room is very different now. It seems to have an air of unfocused anxiety. I get the feeling something big is going to happen. Is Cabanela going to shoot Jowd? I just found out that my daughter is safe. I'd like to express my gratitude. Thank you. Thank you for my daughter's sake and for mine. Oh my god. No need to thank us, Mr. Minister. It was nothing. What did he do? Did absolutely nothing and he's still taking credit for it. What a schmuck. But one question. I can't help but notice your daughter is safe. And yet you still look unhappy. How about a little smile for us? Of course, there is still the matter of the other kidnapping victim. But is that really the only thing that troubles you, Mr. Minister? Please, let me think in peace until the prison van arrives. I wonder if Lynne is at the park yet. Until we get her report, I guess I'll just have to wait here. This continued distress of the ministers. Is there really something more to it, like the inspector in white said? Yes, it's because he wants to stop the execution, but he's not sure he can now. Because he doesn't want to sentence another little girl to death. And also, he gave the order. Alright. Hello, Justice Minister. ... How about you finally admit I do exist? ... That thank you I expressed. That was meant for you. I figured. Yay. Oh, yay. ... Exclamation point. You're a ghost, aren't you? And you have the power to control and manipulate people, don't you? No, I don't have that kind of power. I can't control you. ... We've actually known, you know, for quite a while now. But I had no idea they were the powers of the dead, of ghosts. Known? Known about what? The supernatural. Dun dun dun! We knew about the existence of somebody who could control others, a manipulator. This is the one... So all of the people in the jail that Jowd was held in... Oh! They thought Jowd was being controlled by the same thing that made the other people in that jail start, like, spouting national security secrets and things like that. Because it was such an out-of-character move. Interesting. At least that's what I think. Because something is out there controlling them. So yeah, that would make sense. I could see how they could come to that conclusion. Yeah, I guess because Curryman was the most recent person there, so I guess that could make sense. Because yeah, they all seem kind of confused. And had access to information they shouldn't have access to. What's this? That's why your execution order caused me so much anguish, Detective Jowd. Mr. Minister, why don't you just tell us everything you know? Yes, I suppose I should. You need to hear it all. All about the huge mistake this foolish man made. Manipulator. The THEY FAE OR ALIENS. There are some cases in this country right now that are under a top secret investigation. Of course you wouldn't have known about them, Detective Jowd. Right, they don't share too much top secret information with the inmates in prison. There are 3 prisoners, including you, in the special prison you just escaped from. All 3 cases have certain points in common. They do they? Tell us more. The rock singer who leaked national secrets in his lyrics during a TV broadcast. The curry-loving fellow who took the chief commissioner hostage at the Metro Police Department. Neither of these men had a motive for their crime, and both of their crimes were impossible. Impossible. The curry lover had no way of knowing how to infiltrate the commissioner's office. And the rock singer had no way of knowing the national secrets he leaked. The Special Investigation Unit submitted an investigative report to me on them. They concluded that these men's criminal acts were not of their own volition. But how could that be? The theory the unit came up with was the existence of a manipulator. A manipulator, huh? That's when the special prison was established as a facility to research that theory. Jowd's case. Yeah. Some unknown power has been at work. These past several years, Inspector Cabanela has been studying these cases. That's right, he's the head of the Special Investigation Unit. Interesting. He has he? Manipulating somebody into committing a criminal act. According to the inspector, the first case of its kind was a locked room murder involving our nation's best detective. Are you trying to say I was manipulated somehow into shooting Alma? I appreciate the theory, but unfortunately, I don't recall being controlled by anybody. It's just not possible to manipulate another's behavior like that. My powers certainly don't work on living creatures. That's what I thought when I first heard the theory too. However, I was seriously mistaken and it proved to be a big mistake. What? You mentioned a mistake. Could you tell us about it? I suppose everybody here has the right to know. All right, fine. I'll speak out loud so that Inspector Cabanela can hear this too. He's figured out how this works. Good. He's standing all like formally. There's something I'd like the 2 of you to hear. It's about a mistake I made. Inspector Cabanela, when you first made that report about a manipulator. Or is Cabanela the manipulator somehow? I'm afraid I didn't believe it at all. Impossible, I thought. Perfectly understandable, Mr. Minister. But I was wrong. That kind of power does exist. And I learned the truth of that firsthand. What's this? A month ago, I signed the order to carry out Detective Jowd's execution. However, that act wasn't of my own volition. I was being controlled. Interesting. This pose. What? You never told me about this, Mr. Minister. What's going on? This document. What am I doing? No, I mustn't sign it. He physically tried to stop himself. Wait, don't deliver that document. Why do they want to kill Jowd so badly? That's when it started. That's when all of my fear, despair, and suffering began. Is this why his wife left him? At the time, it didn't even cross my mind that I had been manipulated, and my memory of the event was only hazy at best. So the memory of being manipulated doesn't clearly remain, eh? Signing execution orders is part of a justice minister's job. At the time, I just thought my psyche was rebelling against the task. But the next day, it dawned on me. I remembered Inspector Cabanela's report on the existence of a manipulator. As a minister of justice, I couldn't admit what had happened to me. I only signed the execution order because I was being controlled. If something like that got out, this nation's judicial system would crumble. Besides, I had no evidence to present that I had actually been controlled. So in the end, I couldn't admit to anybody what had happened. I suppose, but it sounds a bit like an excuse. You should have at least told us, Mr. Minister. Yes, I know. I should have. I was running away from the problem. He had a core there. And then my wife found out I was worried about something. Well, if you go around with an expression like that, I guess it's bound to happen. I explained it to her, and she was dead set against the way I was handling it. Ha! Her hair blooms and has thorns. If you don't withdraw that order and tell everyone the truth immediately, I'm moving out. And then, with the kidnapping tonight, with it thrust under my nose like that, I could no longer deny my mistake. This manipulator comes upon us from somewhere unseen. That's why I've been keeping my distance from everybody. So that's why you've been telling people to stay back. So there's somebody else besides me with the powers of the dead. I'm fine with that. After all, I already knew about a certain desk lamp. What I'm not fine with is the fact that a person can control and manipulate living creatures. That's certainly not something I can do. I wonder if that's what shot him. If somebody controlled Lynne to make her shoot SISSEL. Because she can't remember that clearly. Apparently, different ghosts get different ghost tricks. But I never imagined that tonight I would find out where this kind of power comes from. Where it comes from? Inspector Cabanela. This manipulator is a ghost, a departed spirit. A spirit? Who would have access to that kind of information? I wonder. As a matter of fact, there's a ghost talking to us right now. What? What did you just say? Joe, don't tell me you can hear this ghost too. He just shrugs. I'd say the only person who can't hear him is you. He looks very serious. He's not teasing. This is serious business. Like, Jowd sometimes is like, yeah, that sounds funny. And like this, where you're like, Jowd, this is no laughing matter, but like it fits him. But right now, this is too serious for that. Spirit, ghost, gods in heaven. Excuse me, Mr. Minister. I suddenly have some urgent business to attend to. I recommend you think long and hard before making your final decision, sir. Inspector. This is Lynne. I'm at the park. We've been waiting to hear from you. Have you found the evidence? Looks like she's not holding anything, so. Well, the situation here is, it's kind of just difficult to explain. SISSEL, if you're there, come to the park immediately. I love that they just, like, they figure out. Lynne and SISSEL have figured out how this works. Or Lynne and Jowd have figured out how this works. It looks like your help is needed, SISSEL. Yeah, I guess so, huh? I gotta talk to everybody, sorry. I knew, actually, right from the beginning. Knew what? That you saved my life the first time we met tonight. Oh, that. When I talked about that miserable, pathetic, short-sighted, disgraceful man, I knew I was talking about me. I hated who I'd become. But you helped me appreciate the truth. Now I truly understand the wonderful support I've been getting from so many, including that of my loving family. Yeah, I think your wife could still use some help with her parenting problems. I'm glad to hear that. I'm starting to realize what a lucky man I am, and it's all thanks to you. I never saw that coming. The minister was being controlled, huh? I'm truly sorry, Detective Jowd. I have no excuse to offer you. You know, maybe it was all for the best. What do you mean? If you had never been manipulated, you never would have believed the power existed. After all, you're a realist, right? It just goes to show you, you never know when even the worst things can turn out good. Detective Jowd, I don't know what to say. All right, SISSEL, you'd better go help Lynne. She's a good kid, but she's got a habit of taking on other people's problems. Yeah, I know. Let's see, she's in Tempsick Park, eh? There we go. Sorry, that's a little hard to do. Okay. I wonder why the inspector in white went running out like that. But I'm more concerned about Lynne. She looked really upset. I better go see her fast. Actually, can I get any further? No, I can't. I thought maybe I could see what he was up to. We're gonna do this. Yeah, no, that makes sense as a DS stylus difficulty thing. Oh, psst. Hey Ray, are you there? ... I guess he's gone. Don't tell me he's ceased to exist. Interesting that he was my mentor. Yeah. See what wound up happening in the novelist's apartment, shall we? This has been like, what, a month that she's been living there? Looks like the little girl is having sweet dreams. Meanwhile, it looks like Mama is still in the middle of a nightmare. Oh, Mr. Prime Minister, squeeze me tight enough to take my breath away. My darling lady, let us be free, spread our wings and fly. I think I'll edit those lines out once I'm back down on the ground. Being squeezed tight enough to take one's breath away is not as much fun as I thought. I guess the novelist is getting a lesson in reality. I think I can't get over there, so I can't rescue her. Alright. Also, hi Rick Nicholas, welcome. Yeah, the rat friend got away. That is a good point, Siri, I think. Alright, we're going through these. I'm trying to go through these quickly. I apologize for the repetition, but you know. Oh, we're gonna have a conversation here. Bailey. I can't take much more of this. When is that chief supposed to get here anyway? How should I know? You're the one who talked to him, ain't ya? Ah, I feel that feeling coming on. It's the panic dance o'clock. Shall I dance? Hey, don't get me involved in this. All you have to do is say the word panic. Just say the word and I'll do it. No way. I'm not going to be responsible for that. Ah. Please, won't somebody just say the word panic to me? Amazing. Well, I'm glad to know that this madness is continuing. I sense somebody's presence in this dimly lit place. When the morning comes, I think I'll leave this town. This place has too many memories, and I'm just too weary. When the morning comes, eh? Must be nice. The morning will never come for me. Too many memories, he says. Is he somebody who knew Jowd and Jowd's wife? I don't know, man. Like, clearly it seems to me like that man is studying things. And he's also, like, his studying includes the, includes both the, obviously the recreation of the murder scene and also something else that he's studying up there that I figured was him studying the aliens, the Phalians in this case. Alright, so most of these haven't gotten anywhere, but we're gonna go back to them anyway, just because you never know when they're gonna reward me for taking forever. This is a really great soundtrack. This is one of the best soundtracks I've heard in a long time. I really like it. No. All right. Guess I could go and listen to the original. It's just the remastered is just so good. Okay, nothing else here. Got it. All right, onward to the park. Lynne calls and I oblige. I take off towards Temsick Park, the place where clearly something big is taking place. I have no idea what it is. If it's gonna be like the blue people or crime or like a bunch of possessed people, protest, I don't know, man. The manipulator. The person whose very existence sheds new light on everything. Detective Jowd's crime, the execution orders, and even my own death. Could it be? Could Lynne have been manipulated into shooting me? It's possible, man. Cleared chapter 13. To nothingness. Save your current place in time? Yes. Continue playing? Yes. Chapter 14. 1:28 p. That's 1:28 a.m. That's a mistake. Temsick Park, the site of the little lady Camilla's abduction tonight, and the place where an important piece of evidence, the music box, was hidden. Oh! The chef? I wonder why our lady detective is looking so dejected. At least she isn't dead. But what did she find? Huh? What's he doing here? I have a basket of chicken. He says, la la la, let me spend a moment's time with you, my love. The world will not end if the food delivery is a little late, la la la. A little late? It's already ice cold. His little wiggly nose. Wait. Does he have a normal nose that he put a chicken beak on top of? Like normal. Does he have his own human nose and then it looks like the orange thing is put on top of it. If you look at his nose, there's like a pink thing underneath it that looks like it's a real nose. I think he might have given himself a chicken nose because he works at the chicken kitchen. This is a basketball, a globe climber, and a boot. Oh my god. Leaflet. Love letter. Leaflet, umbrella, clothes. Whew, I got this thing spinning pretty fast. I didn't even put much effort into it. This is quite a bit of power and speed for a piece of playground equipment. I can just imagine all the poor kids who get sent flying all over the park. I'm sure that's significant somehow. There's so much ridiculous shenanigans happening around here, Lynne. Just like look up and see all the inanimate objects moving and you'll know. Ghost is here. A tire. A leaf. Oh, there's another dead body. Do you see? It doesn't look... It's very hard to figure out what it is. It looks like an animal. Maybe it's an animal. Alright, let's talk to her. Oh, there you are, Sissel. From your dejected expression, I gather you didn't find what you were looking for. Right, I can't find the music box anywhere. And I found something else instead. Something horrible. Horrible? What is it? Oh, that's a person. There, in the grass. You'd better see for yourself. I see a hand. Looks like a dead body. I nearly died when I saw it. Well, I'm glad you didn't. You've been dead plenty of times already, Miss Lynne. And I suppose now that we found it, we can't just leave it there, can we? Nope, I suppose not. The upside is it'll probably show us what happened to the music box. It's so like you to come looking for a music box and find a dead body instead. What can I say? I'm a detective. Meaning, well, a detective goes over everything with a fine-tooth comb, right? So there you go. Fine-tooth comb or none, you were bound to run across it. I mean, it is pretty obvious. Anyway, go on, Sissel, get to it. What am I, your bloodhound? Exactly. Oil drum. Dumpster lid. Ooh, I can open the dumpster lid. I can close the dumpster lid. I'm gonna have to do some absurdity here. What the heck? Oh, it's somebody in a mascot costume. Trowel. Oh god. No, the mascot fell on top of you and flattened you? What happened, buddy? Oh, that's why I couldn't tell what was going on. It's Tingle. It's the Kokiri. Oh my god. Stop the park from being turned into a housing site. Protect the park, the rock of the gods. Like, and they've talked about the gods before, you know, like, Cabanela talked about the gods, you know? So, like, you there! Oh, you're conscious. You're fully conscious. You know that I'm here. You are completely unfazed. That's a change. You're talking to me, aren't you? I have some leaflets for you. Leaflets I know you'll be very interested in. I urge you to peruse it thoroughly. Examine it in detail. Look at that expression. Look at those eyes. Never mind that right now. Do you remember your name? Sizzle doesn't want to reveal that he doesn't know how to read. My name. My name. ... What does my name matter when there are more important things to worry about? Okay. Come now and study these tracts with me, my brother. Come and learn about the Rock of the Gods with me. So are you just like a cultist or what? The night is no longer young. As a matter of fact, daybreak is approaching, but we are young. Oh my god, poor Sissel. He's like, you are somehow less confused and yet more confusing than every other dead person I've spoken to so far. Look, I don't have time to get involved in your way of life, but I am interested in your way of death. That's a good line. So let's go back to 4 minutes before your death. We're gonna rewind the time. I'm sorry. 8:25 p.m. And so I made up my mind. I resolved to live here in this park and defend it. Okay, and what does that have to do with this Rock of the Gods you mentioned? Did the Rock of the Gods fall on this guy and kill him? You still don't appear to understand. It's written quite clearly in the 4th leaflet, in great detail. Excuse me, but I have to use the restroom. Classic way of getting away from somebody. Eek! Ah, he did! Okay. I'm coming. Just hold on. I'll be right there. I've located the target, beauty. A girl of the right age, coming out of the right apartment building at the right time. His little like, what? Yes, my dear. I'll ever so gently nab her and come right back to your side. Good evening, young lady. Won't you come with me? Eek! Oh gods, what do I do? What should I do? I have to do something. Huh. Good job, Camila. What in the world? What just happened? Is that the manipulator at work? Because that thing definitely moved. That thing definitely moved to kill this guy that was maybe going to help her. And specifically not kill her. Oh, that's Mino. Mino. Mino, the mascot. The symbol of Tensek Park. Forget about the name of that big creepy lump of concrete. I'm talking about the way it changed direction. Did you see that? Yes, yes, I did. We witnessed it with our own eyes. The power of the rock of the gods. That was the power of the gods. The power of the gods saved that little girl. And then that same power very deliberately crushed you instead? Yes, yes, precisely. That is called the mischief of the gods. Was it the mischief of the gods? Or was it a ghost trick? But nah, it couldn't have been a ghost trick. Could it not? I'm gonna have to battle against somebody else. Somebody else is gonna be doing a thing. I'm gonna have to outdo their thing. No ghost trick could change the direction of something that heavy in midair. But wait a minute. What if there was somebody with much greater powers than me? Ghost battle! Alright. Look at that. There's another flame besides mine. Oh, shoot! Yeah, it looks just like me, but it's dark and I'm light. Hi, McPicklebreath. Dude, there's been so much happening. Oh my god. He's really exciting. Ghost fight, ghost fight, ghost fight. Man. Oh, so that is the flame of a god, is it? But hold on. Your spirit is a flame too, isn't it? Yeah, so? Pardon me, but are you a god? You may be possessed by one with amnesia, you never know. I sincerely doubt it. Sissel's like, that seems really unlikely. The last minute, that big lump of concrete made a huge swing to one side. That was probably that flame's doing. Who could it be? I definitely believe it's either a god or somebody god-related. Maybe I better try talking to this person. Well, this is gonna be exciting. Are you excited? I'm excited. I'm excited. I have no idea who it could be. Unless it's like the spirit of the... Like, if I'm not the person who got killed in this park... This is the park, I think. By Jowd, this could be the angry, vengeful spirit of that. Maybe. I don't know. We'll see. That's the only mystery dead person that I know of. The only other dead person that we know of is Jowd's wife, and it seems unlikely to be her. Who else is dead that we know of? I think those are the only two dead bodies that are unaccounted for. Sissel's evil clone who also died. No, but that's the sequel. That's Ghost Trick 2. Alright. What the? This person with much greater powers than me. Unless it's Sissel. Unless it's an alternate Sissel. You? Hey! Oh my god. No. I just realized who it is. Guys, I think it's the dog. Oh my god, what a simple and not emotionally stressful answer. I'm sitting here like they're gonna ramp up the melodrama and tragedy. But it's Missile. It's Missile saving her. Missile's not dead last I saw, but you never know. Did Missile's body have the weird glowing like dusty thing around it when he died? I swear somebody told me that the game developer person here, that the lead developer on this, the director or whatever, the person in charge, the Ace Attorney person, has a dog named Missile. Didn't the last time we saw him. Okay, thank you. SISSEL! Oh my, it's Missile! Buckle up, folks. You look well for being dead. Did you see what I did? I did it. I tried really hard and I did it. The dog is more powerful than Sissel. That checks out. Sissel and Missile. Yeah, I feel like there's something about the names rhyming. I saved Miss Camilla. Are you telling me I was done in by a puppy dog? Missile, what's going on? How did you get the powers of the dead? I'm glad you asked. After Miss Camilla went out and you left, did he headbutt himself to death? He headbutt himself to death. Missile. God damn it. Dog. I worked like crazy to make my own path, and I did it. Oh. Okay, he opened the door, and then I followed Miss Camilla out into the big wide world. And then, here at this park, I found her at last. Yes, you guessed it, I barked. You bet I did, and I went running after her, too. And then I guess I died. And then I guess I was unconscious for a little while. When I came to, it was all over. Poor Miss Camilla. Crushed under that big scary lump. Oh, what have I done? I'm so sorry, little lady. Please forgive me. Miss Camilla. That explains where her core came from. I had to rescue Miss Camilla. It was up to me. I cried out from the depths of my heart. And then... I can't tell you how surprised I was, but I bet you understand, right? Why is it coming from that rock? Better than probably anyone else could. And I remembered what you did for me, how you saved me. So, you went back, right? Back to 4 minutes before the little lady's death? You bet I did! But it's green instead of red. Yes, my dear. I'll ever so gently nab her and come right back to your side. Oh, he hits that thing and lowers it. Now's my chance. I thought I saw the core. I don't know. It looks pretty far. Can he jump further? Dogs are more powerful. I stretched out my paw toward the core. Oh, how I felt at that moment. I'd love for you to be able to feel it too. Go ahead, Sissel. Go ahead and try it for yourself. I can't believe it. How could you connect over such a great distance? Well, they don't call me Missile for nothing. And so then you manipulated that Mino thing and threw it aside? Right on top of my head. Well, no, actually. Huh? I can't manipulate things like you can, Sissel. You can't? Then how did you? I didn't know what to do. Then I happened to see something out of the corner of my eye. And it had a core too. A single leaf hanging from the tree. I tried reaching out to the leaf. Oh, I have to do this. God, look at the reach on this doggy. Holy crap, that doggy is powerful. What in the world? I can't manipulate things, but apparently I can swap them. Oh my god, do I get a second set of powers because I have a puppy dog? Oh my god. As long as the two things have the same shape, that is. Swap things with the same shape? Go ahead and try it. Press swap. That's incredible. And so that's how you saved your mistress, is it? And that's how I became caught up in this, is it? I'm very sorry. My powers were too meager. Meager? Because you see, I saw one more. I happened to notice one more core. There was something with the exact same shape stuck in the branches of a tree. Hey, you're right. If Mino could be swapped again with that, then disaster wouldn't have to rain down on my head. But what is that thing? It's too big to be a leaf. It's a football. Whatever it is, I'd much prefer it on my head than Mino. So why didn't you swap them, Missile? I couldn't. I can stretch out my paw a little further than you can, Sissel. But this was just too far for me. I couldn't reach. Huh. I must admit it's a fascinating spectacle of a death, if I do say so myself. I kept retrying over and over, seeing if there was anything I could do. I bet there's something you can do now. Huh? If we work together, you and me. Sissel, you think so? I don't plan on letting anybody die in front of me tonight. Do you think you could help me? Of course! Naturally. So, we're going to drop that Mino thing in a different spot. Okay, let's try it. Let's go back again to 4 minutes before. Okay, so I'm gonna have to send the football so that he can catch the football. Okay. Oh, this will prevent the kidnapping, potentially. That's exciting. But then what? Oh, man. All right, let's get started. 4 minutes from now, you'll swap Mino with the leaf. And then you have to swap Mino with something else. Something with the same shape. Oh, I believe that's a rugby ball. Is that a rugby ball? Okay, rugby ball, huh? But with the rugby ball where it is now, Missile can't reach it. So that means I have to move it closer somehow. It looks like you and I will have to work together on that one, Missile. Okay, I'm ready. Whenever you want to use my swap trick, just press right trigger. That way, you'll be able to control me. And then if you press right trigger, control will come back to me. Okay, let's try it. Together, we can stop Mino from hurting anybody. All right, Missile. Your powers are the key this time. Okay, I'm ready. I can swap anything that has the same shape. Just call on me if you find anything you want to try. Probably the best thing to do is just try a bunch of things and see how it goes. And if I see something we can swap, I should use right trigger. Okay, we're gonna open this. Ah, shoot, I'm running out of time. See what happens. Whew, here you come already. I swore to myself not to repeat my mistakes. This person failed to rescue Lynne, I think. Mistakes. When somebody's in trouble, you should lend them a hand. Otherwise, you'll definitely regret it. And now the recklessness of youth has taken over, giving me lightning fast speed. I've been thinking, if we could stop this man from running, maybe he wouldn't get squished. It won't be easy to stop me once the recklessness of youth has taken over. Stop him, eh? No. Look at this funny flattened ball. It's the same shape as that horrible Mino, but it's too far to swap from here. Even this ball is starting to look horrible to me. We have to find a way to get this ball closer to that Mino thing. Knock it down from the tree, I say. There must be something we can do. Okay, you can go really far, but all you can do is swap things. Here comes that man, fast enough to scare even a quick little doggy like me. Uh-oh, the rugby ball is still in the tree. Ah, behold, the recklessness of youth. Yeah, it's that recklessness of yours that's causing us so much trouble. No one can stop the recklessness of youth. Well, we can't stop it, and I guess we're gonna have to find a way to make it work for us. But if he comes running too fast, we won't have time to get ready. It looks like figuring out what to do with his recklessness is the key. That's the wrong button. Although I should probably check those. Wrong button. Ah, there's more descriptions here. Hold on. Wrong button, no! Wrong button. What does it say? What do you think of my lightning fast pace? I wish you would knock it off. That's what I think. We don't have time to prepare. I think we're gonna have to find a way to stop him from running. As far as I can see, the only way to do that is to use the playground equipment. The what? You know, the seesaw, the swing, those things. Precisely. Except there is one more piece of equipment, to be exact. Stop him with the equipment, eh? Maybe I should rethink things here. There's one more piece of equipment. Okay, what we're gonna have to do. Yeah. Let's rewind from the beginning. We're gonna have to try again. But actually, no. It's actually save time because it's actually just about 10 o'clock. And I don't think I'm gonna be able to save or to solve this one in 5 minutes. So I think I might go ahead and say next week we will have more missile and we will try to do this complicated thing and see how well I can wrap my head around it. So this is a fun game. It's very fun. It's very interesting. The characters are really compelling. The story is completely ridiculous, but also really compelling. Yes, next time we have brand new powers. That's true. There's a lot of things for us to try to figure out. I do like that I immediately jumped to the conclusion that we were going to be going against an enemy and it was going to be some big reveal and some super dramatic, oh my god, I can't believe they pulled this thing out. And then it's the doggy. So don't forget, Thursday we're playing Undertale Yellow, and I will actually be doing a Thursday stream again this week. Oh good, thank you Beast Practices. I appreciate you folks joining me, and I hope you enjoyed it. Yay, excellent. Yeah, I do every Tuesday from 7 till 10 p.m. Eastern. With daylight savings time, that might be a little more confusing for if there's any folks from Europe, but I don't think we have anybody here who's doing this super late night decision. But yeah, definitely if this is your first stream ever, if you want to join us on the Discord, we have a stream spoilers channel where people who know the game can sit and talk together. I've been told it's a very good release valve for the stress of watching me and listening to me make things up. Thank you so much for following Phosphorescent Soul. I will be back at Undertale Yellow, and we'll have some fun adventures. And other than that, I don't know if I've got anything new to say. I appreciate you all being here. I don't know. Streaming got real stressful for me for a bit, and it's much better. You've all been very good, and I appreciate your understanding and your presence here. And I hope you all have an excellent rest of your evening, and I will see you later. Bye. And groove to this music on the way out. So good. All right, for real. For real this time.